Hi, my friends. Today we are going to have a copyright lesson. And by the end of this lesson, you are going to know what a copyright is. You're going to know some do's and don'ts when you are using copyright. You are also going to know some really good habits that you could use. And I'm also going to show you a few websites that you can go to when you want to find some free things to use when you're creating a presentation. All right, so let's start off here. Okay, we first need to know what in the world is copyright. All right, copyright is a law that is going to protect people's creative work. Okay, I want you to think about it this way. Let's say you've just spent 10 minutes on this beautiful picture. Okay, that picture is yours. Okay, because you created it. Now, your friend across your desk says, "Ooh, I would like to see that picture," and goes to show it to someone else. Well, they need your permission to do that. So think about copyright as whatever you find, it belongs to someone else. You have to ask before you can use it. And I'm going to show you how we're going to do that today. Okay, here are some examples of some copyrighted materials. First of all, you have books like you would find here in the library. You can open up, and usually within the first couple of pages, you're going to see usually down at the bottom the year that it was copyrighted, so you can always find that. You're also going to have songs that are copyrighted. You have videos that have copyright. Again, like I said, your drawings that you do, those are yours, so you have the copyright to that. Pictures that people take, that's also a copyrighted material. And I know you all love your games and love to get on those apps to play during the day, and those are also underneath copyright. All right, so let's see, why in the world does copyright even matter? Okay, so copyright, it's going to help people who write, it's going to help our authors, musicians, and artists to protect their work. Because, like I said, you put a lot of hard time into that drawing that you did, right? So, people that create things for us to listen to and look at, their things need to be created as well. Okay. And there's a couple of reasons how it's going to help them. They're going to get credit for what they have created. It's going to keep their work safe. And then sometimes they can even earn money for the things that they also create. Okay, here's another word we need to know today. This one is copyright infringement. Okay, so referring back to the drawing earlier, if someone else uses it without your permission, they have just committed, I should say, copyright infringement. Okay, that means they didn't get your permission. So, another example would be like if you are copying a YouTube song and then saying it's yours. Okay, that's another example. All right, so here are some good habits to practice when you're thinking about copyright. Okay, one of the first things you're going to do is you're going to ask. Okay, if your friend has a really cool pencil or a cool set of markers that you want to use, can you just take them off their desk? No, you always have to ask. So, just like that in copyright, if it's not yours and you find it and you want to use it, you just simply have to ask. Okay, we're going to give credit to the people that create things. Okay, it's like saying thank you to the artist, basically. All right, we're going to make our own things if we can, because I know you guys are creative. Okay, and I want to see what you can come up with sometimes. Okay, and then again, you can look for the free things that are on the web as long as you have permission to use that. You're going to look for the OK sign to use when searching it. And remember, if you ever have any questions, always ask an adult that's around you so that you can know the rules of all of the copyright. All right, now these are some really cool sites that they will be on my Google site page that you can go to, and they will always be there. And this is where you can find the free stuff to use. Okay, I'll click on a couple of them so you can see. This first one's called iStock. Okay, this one has some really cool things. You can find photos, videos, music, and other things. You just simply type in what you would like to use and it will pull it right up and you have a free picture to use in whatever presentation you are in. Okay, this one's pretty cool. This one's called Kittl. If you go to Kittl, this is a like a search engine, kind of like we use Google, but all it is for you to find a picture that you could use. It's pretty cool. Okay, so the next one I want to show you, this one's called Pics for Learning. I like this one because it is actually set up into categories. So you can see that food is right there. So if I clicked on food, you could literally go type in that piece of pizza picture that you would like for your food presentation, and it's going to pull that up and you can use that, copy it over, and put it into your presentation as well. All right, and then we have this last one, Pixabay. Pretty cool again too. Lots and lots of different choices and categories you can look into. You can explore all the whole site. You can look at photos. You can find illustrations. You can look at videos, music. You can even find sound effects and GIFs that are ready for you to use in your presentations or when you're posting anything that is free to use at this point. All right, let's see what we've got next. Okay, these are some things of what not to do. Okay, one thing you always don't want to do is you do not copy and paste someone else's work. Okay, it's like we've said, if you're going to use something of someone else's, you have to give them credit. Okay, because then it looks like you are going to go to number 2. And do not pretend it's yours, especially if you haven't created it. Someone else spent the time and the energy to create something really cool. And we want to give credit to the person. All right, and then this last one, do not repost videos or music without that person's permission. Okay, one last word we're going to learn today. It's all about fair use. All right. When we talk about fair use underneath copywriting, it means that sometimes you can use a small part of someone's work for school or learning. Okay, so that means that you could use a short quote in your report, or you may have found a picture that you would like to use and incorporate into your presentation. Okay, and I don't want you to forget you have copyright superpowers. All right, you are a creator. You can go and create many cool things. Okay, you also have a right to protect your work. And you also need to think, when it's not yours, I want you to be a kind user to other people's work. So I have a motto. There's 3 words that I want you to remember: respect, protect, and create. So you're going to respect work that you find. You're going to protect your work if you've created it, and use those creative brains of yours. And I want you to create your own work if you can. All right. I want you guys to go and have a fun time creating, and I can't wait to see how your presentations end up.